Hi, it's Beth here again with my YA book talks from the Australian Public Library. And I have two books to talk to you about today. First, the new book that came out this month is this one, and it's called The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's in the mystery genre. And the first line is, "When I was a kid, my mom constantly invented games." So this is about a girl who's she's recently orphaned. She's, I think, 17 years old. She lives with her older sister, and they're not very well off. Kind of poor, but she's a hard worker. And out of the blue, some billionaire leaves her a lot of money. Only she's never even heard of this guy. She doesn't know him. She doesn't know who he is. She doesn't know how he knows her. But she travels to his estate, and they read the will, and she finds this out. She finds out that all of his family members have been passed over in favor of her. There's nobody that nobody knows. Well, the guy who died left all of his family members each a letter, and including the main character. And the guy who died has 4 grandsons that are about her age, and she and the 4 grandsons read these letters, and they have interesting clues in them. And so they work on trying to figure out what the guy was thinking. It's a very fun book. It reminded me a little of Knives Out, if you've seen that movie. There's a little bit of mystery, and there's a little bit of romance, and there's a little danger. And some suspense in there, but it was all over a pretty fun book, and the main mystery gets wrapped up nicely, but she throws in another one, and she is planning on writing a sequel to this one. So it doesn't end on a cliffhanger, but it's a very fun book. If you liked the movie Knives Out, you'd probably like this one. The older book that I want to talk about is this one. It's called The 5 Stages of Andrew Brawley, and it's by Shaun Hutchinson. This is in the realistic genre. It was published in 2015, and it's about a boy who's 16 or 17 years old that lives in a hospital. He stays in an abandoned wing of the hospital that never got finished construction, but he kind of sneaks in there and sleeps there at night. He works at the cafeteria during the day. He's made friends with a lot of the nurses, and even some of the long-term patients, cancer patients that are there. And all of those people think that, he lives somewhere else. They don't know that he actually sleeps at the hospital also. As the book goes on, you find out that he has been through some pretty horrible stuff. And this is how he's working through it. One of the things that he does, he's an artist, and he likes to draw, and he's drawing a comic strip, and it's featured throughout the book. There's snippets of it throughout the book. I mean, most of it's print, but you kind of understand what he's feeling as you read those bits of comic strips. I did not read the first line, so I'm going to read that now. It says, "The boy is on fire." So the book starts when another boy is brought into the emergency room who's been burned. And Andrew, the main character, he asks around and finds out that this was a gay boy who's been the victim of a hate crime. Now, Andrew is also gay, and so he really kind of feels for this boy. And so he kind of decides to make him his project. So he decides he's going to help him. He's going to help him get better. He's going to help bring the people that did this to him to justice. And he gets to know him. And through that relationship and through his other relationships, you can see Andrew start to deal with his own stuff. I really liked this book. I read it a couple of years ago, but it's stuck with me the whole time. It's kind of dark because he is going through some pretty bad stuff, but it's very hopeful by the end. I mean, you can really see that he does work through everything that he needs to work through. And it does take time. I mean, grief is not an easy thing to work through. Okay, so those are the books I have for you today. If you are watching this on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions for these videos, or let me know if you've been reading anything really good in the young adult fiction or nonfiction. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.